Streaming. Are we live? Testing. Gotta wait for the old stream to appear in the little stream dashboard before I can start talking. So I've been working on some stuff. I'm gonna put OBS over here so I can try not to stream the wrong monitor. But now I'm streaming in full resolution. So it should be a little clearer. It's the same bitrate though, the 2600. Where's my mouse? Oh my god, it's over there. Holy shit, I was looking at the wrong monitor and couldn't find my mouse. Couldn't find the cursor. So down here, 2600. It should be way higher resolution. Let me pull this over here. This is going to go Hall of Mirrors effect, and I probably have to mute this. Let's see if I can full screen. And then it says this is HD. This is clearly not HD. Why? Is it because my bitrate is so terrible? Auto 1440. Can we, maybe it just hasn't encoded it yet? Or okay, this looks better if I back it up. But why did it, maybe it just can't stream it fast enough if it's live? This looks a little better. Definitely a lot better, right? Well, there's the blurry one. Maybe it's because I'm confused. I'm watching a blurry video right now. That's why it's blurry. And in the future, it's not so blurry. And I'm streaming, and I'm looking at what I'm streaming, so it's hard for me to say what's going on here. I think I'm gonna put this on my other monitor and then go live and look at the quality. Can't even see. Got too much crap on my desk. I can click the live button. I'm working on my other monitor. Bear with me. It does look pretty high resolution, and it does seem to be full resolution over there. Yeah. So we can actually probably just close this. Well, or I just put the quality all the way down to 144p. So like, if I'm gonna have this thing streaming on the other monitor, I don't want to have it streaming at full resolution if it's this tiny little thing. Maybe automatic does that, but I think automatic is more based on like switching for network conditions and giving you the best resolution. I'm not sure if it resizes based on the display, but that's actually a really good point that I hadn't ever thought of before. Responsive video resolution. Well, here's the problem with that. I'll explain in a second. So should you automatically downgrade resolution if the video is minimized, shrunk? If you wanted to archive video in full resolution, you'd have a bad resolution. Like, if you switch to low resolution while recording, that's what you get, essentially. So, anyway, this doesn't even matter. Yeah, all the different image formats. That's some fried chicken right there. And there's so many things that go into this success bucket. Like all the successful people. There's so many successful people. It's absolutely fucking crazy. It's actually fucking crazy. So, a lot of random bullshit. But it's like, so the Nargles. This is my word for bad physics experience, like getting caught on the doorknob. Or like trying to pick something up that is caught on something and you're trying to free it. Like, most of the time we have no problems. Most of the time we have 0 problems. And most of the time, if there is a problem, it's a little problem. And then sometimes we have nargles that are annoying, awkward, uncomfortable, whatever. And this could probably apply to a lot of things in life. Just like that fringe of, doesn't happen all the time. Is it worth even like talking or thinking about or making notes about? I don't know. But the random bullshit was sort of like random software errors. Google Bads not working properly. Bad support ticket UX. And then bad phone call experience. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't her fault. Thought I was recording. Thought I was recording, but turned out YouTube switched their... Oh my God, switched their like API overnight. I mean, that's what it felt like, and it's sort of like true. I mean, I tried to explain it a bunch of times, but it seems weird. And I lost my recording. That's essentially what happened. I can't put it any other way. And it was a great recording of the Google Ads lady from India that I could barely understand, giving me crazy advice about my ads. My bads. Alright. Yeah, so it's like all the bad things, they like stack up and start to eat at you. Life can get really bad. My life is actually fucking crazy. I think I can put some fried chicken in this title. Check that out. Oh, it doesn't render it. They don't have the right render function for the inline thing here. But it could, and it should. In fact, well, I mean, would my framework handle that properly? I mean, I haven't really tested kind of nesting inline UI like that. And so, well, it's sort of like if I had a component and put it inside another component, I think it would render properly. I don't see why it wouldn't. But I haven't really tested that out thoroughly enough because, you know, well, I just ran out of steam on my web framework. I've been working on a lot of things. I mean, it's actually true. I've been working on too many things. So, like, I need focus. But I'm doing the best I can. I don't know. That's a good question. That's actually one of the best questions. Should I use tags for this? I have these tags, but I think... Best questions, survey questions, sex questions, the best questions, 15 more results. I think it would be like one of these, so why not? Click on it. Okay. Add icon. Sure, why not? The ribbon is kind of cool. It's sort of like the best, right? I'm digging it. It reminds me of a porn star tattoo that's on the backs of both thighs of, I think, more than one porn star. It's sort of like a brand, right? Crazy. The porn game, like, man, how many people have thought about getting into the porn game? So it's like, you watch porn, you think you could either star or produce. That's a fun idea because you get to work in porn, and it probably is fun sometimes, but also I think porn is very staged and induced, I guess. It's kind of like stale and weird. I've thought about making better porn. So that's the porn game. I may or may not have notes about it. That's the problem with this thing. This is like, got too many notes and don't know how to fit them together. Well, I need visuals. I need like the AI to create a responsive, automatic responsive illustration composition. So it's like icons, maybe photos, cutouts that can be put on the right background. Yeah, I mean, cutouts are actually probably the best. If you can get a photorealistic thing that's cut out properly, and then you can use that instead of an icon, if it has enough contrast on the background. I did have a Figma page once for cutouts. I had like a clock and a camera. And I was thinking about making a little library of them. In fact, that's a really good, for image apps, that'd be a really good, well, it's actually a really good way for people to make money. They could license the, in fact, yeah, all right, so digital content licensing, like you sort of want the system to fingerprint all the things. So like, if someone uses something that already exists, it gets tagged that way, and then figuring out what to do about it is a whole nother should be a word, whole nother thing. All right, so the best questions. What was it? Yes, this one. I could put this in there, but then it's not in my cron. So I do have it sort of tagged here. A trophy would be a good icon here. But if I give icons to everything, I spend a lot of time, like I have too many notes to give icons to all of them. Now I do think cutouts, digital content licensing, this sort of came from the cutout. Should this be a different node or the same node? Cutout library. So it's like high resolution things that are already cut out. And obviously the, what was it, squid something, like turbo squid 3D compositions. I mean, WebGL should be able to do this, right? Like, we should be able to render 3D images with WebGL and create 3D compositions. It's just, I haven't gotten there yet. So, so it's like one, creating image asset library would be cool. So it's sort of like Pixels, or it's Pexels, or Unsplash, or whatever, with licensing. And I think we want to establish a fair baseline. And this could be different for personal, small, like we'll just say startup. Oh, and then, well, you could have different scales in here, but it should probably just be like a curve. So as you're starting up, it scales up, but then it probably plateaus. So you might want like an S curve where you go easy on the startups, and then you kind of like reach some sort of escalation. It's like you want to be careful how steep you make that curve. You don't want people feeling like they're getting hosed. You want it to kind of scale softly so that they feel like, well, so if you increase the rate, a variable rate, so as people get bigger, they actually are paying a higher percentage, that kind of gouges them a little bit, so you really have to be careful about that. But anyway, pricing is really important, and I think we'll have a lot of APIs and UIs and analytics and stuff for this, but so I'm streaming, I think, 15 minutes. All right, so I'm trying to stay focused. Image APIs and image software would be really cool, and I've thought about it. So, well, I was actually thinking earlier, Figma, let's just put these here. Figma, I'm tired of creating notes sometimes. Figma times Notion web API. Now, you could actually maybe get these to work in tandem. You'd have to, but to use these APIs to learn, would probably not be a good idea, because then you're limited. But it might be a good starting point, because you could get a faster start getting shit to work, figuring out what you actually need to do. So having a working prototype is a great thing, obviously. So now we can look at Notion and Figma and see, like, okay, auto layouts, super cool. Web does it, Figma sort of does it. There's so many things. There's so many things about all the things, and well, we're gonna figure this out. So yeah, digital content licensing and the cutouts and whatever, and yeah, automatic responsive illustration composition. So it's sort of like, could the AI generate imagery? AI times imagery. Was that lotion or honey? This is a dispenser. Put honey on your hands. It looks like honey because of the color. Now going to the icons is kind of cool, because they're all the same color, and I don't know, the red's kind of growing on me, not gonna lie. What is that? Broccoli? Like the bricks. It is about layout. So illustrations, cutouts. I mean, AI is good at generating images. It's not good at transparency. In fact, it can't do transparency. This is strange limitations in life, right? Like, all the random bullshit. How come you can't make tabs in Notion? How come you can't generate transparent images with AI? But this is sort of to look all the best things in the face and say, why aren't you perfect? Right? Like, but I mean, AI is so intelligent. The people making it are extremely intelligent. If you get faced with, like, this question, should this support alpha information or layers or whatever, transparency or not? Like, who would make the decision, like, no, that's not necessary? Like, if you've never designed something, maybe, but obviously making basically just removing the background, generating shit without a background. I actually think it generates layers without backgrounds and composes them. Like, I think that's kind of what it's doing in the background. It's just somebody hasn't figured out how to, like, add that as an option to the user interface or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with the AIs. They're kind of crazy. I think there's a lot of strange limitations in life that just make you think, like, really? Like, we're at this point, clearly, here's everything that's given, the truth about how complex this whole system is, and yet we're failing in this little way. And that's like, that's the bullshit. That's the shmee. That's the, well, it's maybe the point that life is rigged. It's like a simulator and it's kind of fake. Or at least, it's not as real as, you know, people want you to believe. Is it a Truman Show? This is kind of a crazy idea, right? Sure. Yeah, adding icons to all the things isn't really useful. It's just sort of like, at some point they all become useless. I don't know if that means anything or like helps me understand anything, but I mean, I guess some of them do, and if I start referencing them quite a bit, but I'm just flowing so fast that it's sort of a waste of time. But all right, so I need focus. What was I trying to do? I was trying to frame these ideas, and so let's go over this one again. I'm looking for people who can give me $10 a month and 10 minutes a month. I'm gonna create basically one video. And so that's maybe the most expensive video you're buying each month. Maybe it's not. I mean, presumably the only video, well, if you're going to the movies, but there's also a lot of OnlyFans content you can pay a lot of money for. So it's not really worth it. It's not amazing yet, but in time it could be. And so generally, I'm looking for billionaires to help me fund the WebOS, but it's going to take a while to get there. To help me create unlimited unicorns. So right now, it's $10 a month and 10 minutes. It's pretty low risk. Cancel anytime. And you can join for free. So there's actually zero risk, but a little bit of time. And then later it's not going to be so free. Well, later I'm going to put the $10 paywall in front of it, and then we're going to create like, forget the $10. It's like, it's not about the $10. I mean, I do need $10 to make this grow faster. Because with $10, it's going to be a much bigger community. I will have ad revenue. I could potentially get thousands of people to give me $10 a month, and then I have a lot of money to make it actually worth way more than $10. Without $10, I have $500 left, and it doesn't seem to be going very far. So I do need money, but it's not about the money. If you want to join for free, you can join for free. If you want to pay $10 a month, you can pay $10 a month. And I will try and make it worth it. I want to, like, I have so many ideas. I've been working on this a lot. And once it gets going, and once people realize this could actually be really, really cool, we could hold events, real events. We could, you know, pay speakers to come and hold little conferences and, like, hang out, drink beer, have parties, play games, have a good time, like meet each other, but then work on projects, talk about startups, talk about my WebOS, talk about making better software, and yeah, so it's crazy how hard it is. I mean, I'm literally on the fence between this is the best thing ever and I'm so close, and I should just give up. It's absolutely crazy. Am I going to use the form? I don't know. I think we need to just breathe a little bit. I think that looks better. I'm not sure exactly how to align all these things. It does kind of look nice underneath but then the text is a little bit clashing. That's kind of staggered. This kind of aligns these, I don't know, maybe. But that, I don't know, it looks a little, it is hard. Well, so this is kind of right aligning these. Maybe that's good, but then these are still off. Maybe you just kind of center these gaps. Well, let's see if we can figure that out. So this one is right here, and this one is, it's the wrong color. Can't see it. Halfway in between would be somewhere right there. And if we line those up, then we get this. Is that a good alignment? I don't know. Let's go with it. I think this is already centered. No. Control G and then center it. Yep, I think that's a good idea. It's not centered properly because there's so much white space up here. It should be up a little more. But I didn't mind it down there. Should there be more space here? Is this a group? I think I grouped it. Control Shift G. We don't need it grouped anymore. And I think having a little more space. How much time should you spend trying to decide the spacing on designs? Well, I think it matters. All right, so yeah, I think having an example of the 10-minute video for free is reduces the risk. It's like here's the first video, and so the first video could be about the WebOS, and 10 minutes. So the whole idea of like filling time is kind of crazy. It's like if you have a minute to fill, sometimes it can be like, oh my God, like what am I going to say to fill a whole minute? And then sometimes like you only have 10 minutes. It's like, Jesus Christ, like I said 3 sentences and I'm already out of time. Time is weird. Yeah, $10 in 10 minutes. It's basically just one video. So I want people to help me make it better, and I think I can. So I can barely read this, I think, and there's too many fonts going on here. Where did I even get this really small font from? That's so small. Bold and a little bigger maybe. Then it does kind of compete. It's like too close to this one. Could I get the months to line up? Well, let's play with this for a second. Let's first duplicate this one just so we have some reference here. Duplicate. Let's get rid of... Oh, this is already 2. Okay, delete this. Is this in a group? Jeez. Okay, let's back up. Before we duplicate this, we wanted to just turn it on its side, right align it. Looks a little strange. I could do a plus sign here, which is kind of cool. Whoops, escape, shift plus, enter. I mean, I could put a, what? Okay, white. Shift enter. Round. Way too big. Why isn't this in the flow? There. Then why not just have this be the, excuse me? Yeah, why not? Why not one video per month? That's what I mean. And definitely right align all of these. I mean, and this is where I could say something about, like, at least I have 9,000 hours of free content on my YouTube channel if you want to see more. It's kind of an interesting right-aligned layout. Kind of bring it into the middle a little bit more. I think this should be more fine print-y. And then it should probably be a little bolder so you can actually read it on the dark, the kind of noisy background. All right, so I mean, I do think saying something about Discord in the short term and then making a better one with the WebOS in the long term. But yeah, so I mean, I could do some member math where it's like I show people that if I can get 1,000 people, but obviously that's going to be harder. Well, let's just do it. Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it. So I don't know, is this one better than this one? This one's just so simple. Make it a little less bold. So it's sort of like that one. And this is just complicated. It's going to take more time for people to study it. I mean, and the whole star thing just adds to the complexity. The less is more would say, you know, this is the better one. But I don't know. I mean, lining them up and trying to make it more like structured, like this one. Maybe this is the winner without the one video part underneath. Like, yeah, I mean, I could tell you about me. I'm not successful or happy, but I have massive potential. Like, that's a pretty quick little bit there. Where am I? I'm right here. I could copy this one. Could this exist on this background? Like, why not? Let's see what it looks like. This could be pretty badass, actually. Yeah, I guess we can just throw it in there. Whoa, bro. Different layout on this thing. I think it wasn't auto layouted before. Let's undo that, leave it here, and then try and put these in one by one. Was it in? Oh, I didn't bring the frame. And then this one is, okay, so I think it was fine before. We just need to flip the direction. Whoa. This over here I think is better. Play with the padding. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. This could be, why is, there it is, medium, a little bit bolder. Oh wait, no, I don't want that one. Why isn't this, are these all individual? Holy shit, they are medium, a little bolder so that you can see them. And I don't know, this could actually go like, I don't know. Maybe it's all the same size. I don't know. All right, so yeah, my name is Michael Lewis. I'm not a happy person because I'm not successful. But I have massive potential, so there is hope. So there was some other question I was thinking should go on the form. I mean, really, like, none of this is necessary. I could just get venture capital, sort of. Well, like, I'd still need to make a presentation. I need to tell people kind of what I'm trying to do here. And, I mean, if you look at this, it should make sense to you if you're a web developer. Trent doesn't think so. So, let's see. Yeah, so like, I'd like to raise money for myself to do cool things, but I only want people who think that's a good idea to join. I don't want to hear people bullshit, I don't want to hear people complaining about what I'm doing. So I probably do need a part 2 for the Discord landing page. I mean, maybe I should go back and just focus on that. Doing the Google form thing is like one extra step. If I don't capture them in Discord immediately, then it's an extra step. I got to email people. But if they fill out the form, a lot of people might not be interested in Discord. And so if I'm going to kind of, well, and it's a lot more, I don't know, it's a little bit more threatening, or like, it's harder to do, I guess, for people to join a Discord server. They have to agree to like hang out with you essentially in voice comms. You don't have to, but like that's sort of the implication of joining a Discord server. I think there's way too much here. Less is more, but still not 100% sure which way I'm going with this. So I think one of these, I think this one was the best one I was thinking, and so we could just move these aside. I could scale them down. What if I K.5 enter? Then I can just automatically scale them back up, and now I have a system. All right, so I was just thinking, shouldn't these be half the height of this? And it is, it's just got space in there. Having these actually line up top and bottom with the space means they have to be less than half, but it is kind of a cool effect. It like makes it's alignment, I guess, and alignment looks nice. All right, so I think this is worthy. Yeah, I mean, the situation is quite hyperbolic. Like, my current state and what I'm trying to do are kind of in such high, like, conflict with each other. I'm surprised I'm still alive right now. Like, my brain is on overload. It's not amazing yet, and in time it could be. I don't really need a ton of people, but like I think that's the best way to do it. So I am looking for billionaires to help me fund the WebOS. Absolutely. Now I'm not going to sell you. I'm not going to sell out. I'm not selling equity. It's my fucking WebOS. So if you want to loan me money and be my friend, then now we're talking. I don't need a lot of money. Like let's try just a slow start. Let me hire a handful of developers for $10 an hour. But give them some time to learn my web framework and help me build all the things and document it all and share the journey and let others create their own companies with the WebOS. Now we're talking. Yeah, but how do we get through this thing? Yeah, so maybe forget this this more businessy, like maybe I just go with the red spacey one all the way through. I do need better, like just cleaner layouts, and I could bring in a background color to go split screen on this, to do something like this one with like either the space on one side or the other. I could also do, you know, multiple communities or whatever. I'd like to create, well, I don't need multiple communities. I just need one. I don't really want to manage two. But I think more likely what's going to happen is that I'm going to create a website that might just be Lou42 because frankly, why not? And that website evolves into my mastermind community. And that's going to be for a lot of people. And hopefully we all figure out how to make some money with it. And so it's sort of going to be like a Upwork or Discord or it's a mastermind for people to find work and do work, and it's going to be a Figma type application so you can design stuff. It's going to be a video editor. It's going to be a social network so we can share information and remix YouTube videos. Obviously, right? Like the YouTube remix thing is such a... I was telling my dad about this. It's sort of like Wikipedia for YouTube. Where's my... Wikipedia times YouTube might not make sense at first glance. It's way too big. It's not really centered. Well, it is, but it seems a little bit... Okay, so the idea here, and maybe Wikipedia should go on the left, because it's definitely more fundamental. I don't think that should break. The spacing is probably now lopsided in the other direction. So it's like the crowdsourcing, community edited. I mean, YouTube is like crowdsourced video, but you can't edit it. Like there is the video YouTube editor sucks ass. So it's more like allowing YouTube videos to be remixed. And this is a really good idea. Figma's been doing this a lot lately where it double duplicates for some reason. I'm not sure if there's something I'm doing, like maybe I'm spamming the Alt key twice or clicking twice when I let go or something. But basically remixing YouTube videos needs a video editor, but then also needs a better web video file format, essentially, that is essentially a timeline and layers. And so you're doing what you do in Figma with a timeline with layers, and it's all remixed. So that software is like from the future, and it sort of in theory, like the idea of it already exists. But I would say we've been to the future, and all of the software has already existed in the past in a different world. So like going back and remaking all the software is just kind of this exhausting journey of like learning how to make video networks and content networks and labor networks and design tools and version control and all the things. So yeah, it's coming. I want to do it. I don't know if I'm going to make it though. I'm really struggling here, folks. Okay, where were we? Let's go back to take 2. I'm thinking about running another advertisement to kind of pitch my whole community. And having a focused message is tricky because I have a lot of ideas. I was thinking about calling on all the people that, you know, I could call on. People that I would like in my community, people that I know that could join my community. And these are just some names that came to mind. It's absolutely not all inclusive, but really looking for anyone. But I'm trying to figure out how to move from the start and maybe, you know, some sort of like flying in logo with the little for release, you know, sound. It's just like attention grabbing, and then it, you know, flies in and then kind of just disappears really quick, where it's like, whoa, what was that? There's something coming. Like, you know, it just preps the mind that you know something's coming. But then if I go into like, this is me and this is how much I hate my life, and I have such good ideas, but I need a lot of money. It's just sort of this like, whoa, okay, this is not quite what I expected. The problem is that you're actually fucking retarded for not joining me, for not listening to what I have to say, and it's true, and it hurts, and it's like, it's painful how true it is. It's painfully true. But how do I convince people of this? Well, so as I grow, it's going to get better. Okay, I promise you that. It's not amazing yet, and there's nothing there yet. Like, so I do think handing out the link to the Discord server, maybe asking people if they would join Discord, if they'd like to. I don't know. Should I send them an email to join once they fill out the form? Or maybe it's just the monthly video. They fill out the form to get the monthly video. That's it. And it's like, boom, $10, 10 minutes, fill out the form, and, well, so part of the 10 minutes, it could be more like a 5-minute video and ask a couple questions. Now, I mean, I don't think people are really so concerned about, you know, if it's a 10-minute video or a 20-minute video, and I can try and make it as short and concise and whatever, and you guys can give me feedback about if you enjoyed the video. It's not going to be worth $10 a month just yet, but making one video that's worth $10 is going to be pretty tricky, considering what you get for Netflix, $10 a month or whatever it is. So I don't think that's the right question to ask. I want to create a whole like membership experience with monthly content that is, you know, all things considered, worth $10 a month. And so that's just, you know, sharing ideas, getting shit done. But the video itself is not going to be worth $10. That's all I'm willing. That's all I can offer you right now, though. Like, I can offer you. Well, I can link you to my YouTube channel. So if you want more content, there's a ton of content there. And I think if people start watching it, they're going to realize what I'm talking about is actually true, and that I'm not crazy, and that I'm actually going to do it. That's what I've been telling people. But I've also been kind of sitting here for coming up on 3 weeks now, thinking about this mastermind community, trying to figure out how to get people to join. And that's crazy. But again, that's not what I want to tell people. I don't know. I think instilling like the truth, like this is the truth. And well, like turning on my camera and being like, hey, this is me. And I'm not like a superstar or anything. I want to be in the future, but right now I'm not. I want you guys to help me make. I want you guys to help me. I want you guys to help make me a superstar. Man, words sometimes. I want to make a word OS. Still not 100% sure exactly all the things that you'd need for the best word OS, but like you could put almost any word here. Isn't that cool? It's basically, how do you create these little blocks with words on them, and then could you put like a menu there? What if that were I could just draw 3 lines. Jesus Christ. All right, we're going with it. Okay. Drag. This isn't really a good menu icon because it's actually a hamburger. Using the dropper tool here doesn't work. You have to like be more specific and select the right things. And there's actually a fill and a stroke. Do we need the stroke? Oh boy. Oh boy, what happened? I guess we just select this, and from this selection thing we can go white with it. Well, so it's the idea here is that, you know, creating inline kind of word-based interfaces for coding and for menus and for, well, just like typing notes out and referencing something and having a menu to, like, you know, well, or you could expand this view to a block. That's probably a pretty, I mean, I've never seen this done effectively, but if you like wrap this thing to the next line and then made this whole thing a fill and then made this whole thing a fill, now, well, and we probably left align it. And then maybe this one becomes, if we make this a fill, it's gonna push the hamburger over, but then we want to left align this. Now that looks pretty badass. Now it's a little, you know, it's a little broken. Like this is competing with this, and it doesn't look right. But the idea here is that like all the things, you know, making like good user interfaces that are designed properly is tricky. And calling all Mark Lewis's, Eric Lewis's, and Kevin Lewis's. What if I could advertise to people, only people with these names? I should advertise then to there is a Michael Patrick Lewis. Michael Patrick Lewis can join my mastermind. He's like a career coach. What was his website name again? I forget. I was gonna set up a like a session with him, but he was selling like his coaching services, and I was like, look, I can't really pay you a lot of money for this now because I don't have a lot of money to spend on something like that. But I think I have potential. And he was like, well, I think I also told him I was going to Germany and if he'd be interested in connecting when I got back. I think he sort of said yes, but I don't know. It was a little bit like, I don't know, not the response I was looking for. I just didn't feel like it was going to go anywhere. And I was going to Germany at the time. Didn't think about getting back with him. Oh, I thought this was going to be more broken. That's actually not awful, but these should probably be fills. So I can resize all three of them at the same time without putting them in the same container. So the way these are containerized is that these things are blocks here, and so I can't easily put these all, holy crap, put these all in the same container. Did I switch the camera back over? Yeah, I did. That should probably stay on my other screen so that I don't forget. Again, I did that a bunch yesterday. Anyway, so I could also just control click these three. This is probably the easiest way to do it. Oh man, there's three different. Whoa, I'm tracking the green one here. This is completely not what I wanted. Womp, 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 womp. All right, let's try this again. Double click this. Does this work now? Okay. Control Z. Shift, double click, shift, double click. Now the layout is going to be, where did the red one go? It's not framed properly. All right, I'm just not going to touch it. It's not worth it. The red things were disappearing. Well, let's see. Can I just bottom? I think it is. It could be framed properly. All right, let's try this again. Let's make sure we got the right layer here. Shift double click, shift double click. Drag it down. There they go. And then maybe we just, so we're relying on the multi-edit here. I think these can be just a touch bigger. V, yeah, bold, black, I think bold, a little bigger. And, well, so maybe I'm thinking we want these together and these together and these together, and then they should all be fill. What? Get out of here. What is going on? Is there padding on this thing? That's weird. Not sure why. I should have just multi-edited this. Oh my god, I can't select it. There it goes. 0. That. What? Not that one. This one. Alright, and then multi-edit this, and this, and this, and shrinky dink. What? The slider, drag and drop on the slider is not working. Sometimes it bugs out. Not a good sign for Figma. And probably shrink. Well, it looks like these are auto space, so we go like this to shrink them up. I don't know. Bigger and more spread out is actually maybe better here. This green one's kind of bright and kind of... I don't know if the background should be darker. Like... I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it? Probably not. I just need to get this thing launched. Well, now that I changed all this, and now I have this one over here, all right, we're going to get rid of this to have this same background. We're going to delete this so that we don't have two copies, and I have to decide which one is which. Should be a component, but I don't like components, so too many things here, too many ideas, not enough execution. So I think that's the truth of the situation. Now, okay, so I could tell in the 10-minute preview the story of the WebOS mastermind thing so far that I made that 24-minute video, ran it as an ad, spent $90, got 90,000 impressions, and but I already did all that. I made, you know, a 24-minute video, and so why would making another 10-minute video help anything? Well, I could make it a little bit better. The 24-minute video wasn't great. You can watch it if you join the mastermind community. Part of the problem is my teaser video. Maybe I could bait people into watching the teaser video, because, yeah, like, well, so I could tell people, like, I think part of the problem is my teaser video. If you watch, you'll know whether this group is for you. I mean, the problem with that is that a lot of people would probably watch that and be like, no thanks. And they might otherwise be smart, helpful people. So, I don't know, is only recruiting assholes right now the thing that I'm looking for? I don't think that's really the effect. I think it would be the empaths that would be like, wow, like, you know, this guy's struggling. I mean, really, if you can see this whole message and not think like, wow, this is a unique opportunity here to help this guy out for $10 a month, or maybe free if you can't swing it. Like, you know, I can give out free memberships. That's how I kind of feel about it. That it's a no-brainer. And so maybe, well, so here's the problem: is if I take this gamble, this is kind of going all in with my stubbornness, and be like, man, if so my life is fried chicken crazy, right? Like, it's actually fucking crazy. AFC is the American Fried Chicken Company. It's the only reason why the drumstick is part of the crazy idea. But it is kind of just like, huh? What? Fried chicken is crazy good. But, I don't know. I don't think all people get the same satisfaction out of good food. I mean, if somebody can look at this slide here and be like, wow, I understand what he's saying, but uh, I don't believe him, or he's full of shit, or this guy's trying to scam me, or I don't know, like maybe a lot of people would feel tricked into being persuaded to like help somebody who's clearly a loser, and they're like, no, you're I'd have to trust you to believe this. And well, so I have so much video online where I'm just speaking my mind and telling the truth generally. Like, I try not to lie. I don't find any use for it. And so, yeah, you got to trust me. But maybe I just go with it. But it's like I spent $100 and got nothing last time, and the video wasn't good. And there is a problem with the teaser, and I do think I could go all in with that. I do think I could basically do this. Well, I could show a screenshot of the landing page with the teaser video, which is quite depressing. And that's what I already told you. I'm not very happy with life, and I think I have good reason to be unhappy with life. And, well, we can talk about all that and try and figure it out. I would like people to help me figure out my own shit so that I can be the best person I can be. And I'd like to help other people figure out their shit so they can be the best person they can be. But, like, first I got to figure out myself and make my web OS and find some billionaires to give me some money to hire the right people to make it actually work really well. And then I will be like, feel like a real person and have the ability to help other people. Yeah, so I don't think it should be that hard to hire people on Upwork and create unicorns. I was thinking about the dragons and creating dragons to slay the unicorns. I could try and get AI to generate an image of that. Looking for billionaires to create dragons. To slay the unicorns. Yeah, that's generally the idea here. And well, I want people who are serious about it, but like I think I'm the one who's going to figure this out because this is my life's goal. And in order to, so the only way for this, I think honestly the best chance of this happening is if people were to rally around me and help me. I need your help. Yeah, I do. So, come help me, motherfuckers. Yeah, so I kind of feel like doubling down on the teaser video because fuck you, that's why. You can get a taste of my discomfort, and if you can't handle it, then this is only for badasses who can see through that shit. You don't have to watch it, but if you want to, watch at your own risk. I mean, that's really all I should say, and I'm gonna keep it there because, like, this is the test. If you watch that and you're like, oh, fuck this guy, well, again, you don't have to watch it. So there's probably going to be a lot of people shooting themselves in the foot wishing they hadn't watched it because it's going to be so in a lot of ways, maybe that just means I should take it out. I don't want to trap people into... But if they don't have the attention span... Also, if they start watching it and they're like, wow, this sucks... well, they probably didn't... They probably forgot that I made a cool advertisement video, which is this one. That's way better than the teaser video. And so the teaser video is a rant. It's a long rant. And I think that's worth saying. Like, all right, so it's not good, but like that's my life. This is not supposed to be so awesome and amazing in every way. Like, it's actually quite terrible, and I'm barely surviving here, if I haven't already said that. So, I mean, create some dragons to slay the unicorns. The WebOS is the sword that, you know, the sword of a thousand truths. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe software is perfect, and none of this is actually true. Like, maybe I'm completely mistaken. Maybe creating a Figma is so hard I can't do it, even with billions of dollars. Maybe all the programming languages of the world are perfectly optimized, and, you know, like, no, like, there's too many of them and they should be unified, obviously. Like, fragmentation is not the way. We need a universal runtime, and we can do that with the WebOS. It's not that hard. You just need an API to connect the shit, right? A universal API is a universal runtime. Get all the images. There's all these, like, Dockers and, you know, virtual machines and microservices, and, like, we've gone bananas with technology and web services and whatever, and making it simpler, and just backing up for a second and being like, what the fuck are we doing here, folks? This is way too hard. Unless they made it hard like that on purpose. Maybe the aliens are way smarter and they're playing chess, you know, at a extremely high ELO because they've had AI for millions of years and they know the answers to everything. And that, but whatever. I mean, I couldn't change that. I can't do anything about it. I mean, of all the things that you can say, like, oh, what do you do? Can't do anything about it. That's one of them. To worry that there's super advanced aliens that are controlling everything is probably true, but nothing we can do about it. And thankfully, at least not usually, all that evident. It's not like there's little green men breaking into my house and probing my bum. So they probably want to, though, those sick fucks. All right, so what are we doing here? Yeah, so I do want to give like a 10-minute video of, the ad will be at least 10 minutes. And so I could just say this ad is roughly what one of these update videos might look like. And I don't know if I keep the space theme or if I do something a little bit more business-like. This level 3 business wannabe is well, it's basically this one, but it's basically just like I'm a massive business wannabe failure. So business wannabes are people who want to start businesses. Definitely want business wannabes to join me. If you're not succeeding and you want to, help me build the WebOS. It's the best way to do it. It's like, it's a step in the right direction to build your business on top of the right platform. I can nearly promise you that. Well, there's nothing there yet, so maybe it's a big investment in nothing, but it's pretty low risk. You don't have to give me $10 a month if you're struggling and you don't have $10 a month, definitely you don't need to. It's just if you're like actually successful and spend $10 each month on stupid or shit, and you think you could help me out, and if you want to participate in this, you're gonna join, you're gonna experience the journey with me. So we're going to, I think we're gonna create cool companies. We can talk a lot about software and user interfaces, and software design and development is like a crazy big topic, and there's a lot of APIs and a lot of AIs and a lot of things going on right now. And it doesn't matter, like, it is what it is. Now, the AI could just snap its fingers and build this whole thing out, and if I'm literally documenting all the things that it needs to do, then it is what it is. Like, the best web framework is more of an idea. It's like just doing all the things a little bit better, and I have a lot of ideas that you would have to be able to recreate all of the things and have control over them to make them seamless. So like the user and authentication system and the monetization and the wallets, and that's basically authentication too, with like numbers in your account. Creating all the things. I don't know if an AI has the power to do it. Essentially, it's not about just the user interface. It's about actually pulling the triggers and getting it done and marketing it and getting people to join and all of those things. So this one is kind of like one of the more fundamental slides, and it's not perfect. Like, I don't know if it really even fits here. This isn't probably the brand I would go with in the future, but this is what I got set up right now. So yeah, how does the ad start? Like, I could do this one first. I don't even know if this is the right one. Have this animate in with that sound effect, and I don't know if I start with how hard my life is or whatever. I mean, giving out my email address and phone number is like, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, if you want to call me, you could. I don't know if I want to call from everyone. So maybe I actually take that off of there. I don't want to have to change my phone number. That's just like a whole bunch of bullshit. Now, email, fine, whatever. You can abuse my email inbox. I've already given that out 1,000,000 times. All right, so well, so maybe the story is about the WebOS, and maybe I don't talk about this just yet. And so I go into the WebOS. Could even just skip the but showing me in like this way is, I don't know, pretty good first impression, and it's going to be my voice, and you might see my face again in the future, so get used to it. I want to tell you about the WebOS. I also want to tell you about the mastermind community. So I'm looking for people to pay $10 a month, but also show up for at least 10 minutes a month. So yeah, the problem is the Discord landing page is set up with this branding right now. I mean, I could switch it again over to this pretty quickly. I could just put the Galaxy I used to have the Galaxy in there, but it was the purple one, and now it's the business one, and now I could go back to this red spacey one so people like feel comfortable with it. And I was thinking, what if the membership? All right, what if I get rid of the $10 one-time thing? It's, you know, if you don't have the $10, you can join for free. But if you want the mastermind brain after your name, you can pay the $10, and that's it. And then the masterminds are the people who help me a little bit more than the other people, and I share a little bit more with. It's kind of like the people who are a little bit more loyal and capable of helping me out a little bit more by paying $10 a month. I think that's a good way to do it. So let's work on setting that up. We have somewhere, probably over here, the banner, the last banner that I uploaded for, it's not the standard right there. There it is. Bingo, bango, control copy. I don't think I need that one. Sorry, Victor. Maybe later. Later, Gator. All right, so this is 1600 wide. Let's just duplicate this and see what happens if I go 1600 here. Yeah, that's centered. That'll work. 1600. And I think it's 400 tall if my memory serves me. This is going to be way too big. I'm going to have to scale this way down. And I don't know. What if I just left align this thing? This is not, why is shift not, doesn't shift make it go, oh, it's an auto layout. Okay. Padding to adjust the spacing here. I actually think it should be centered because on mobile, I'm not sure how it's gonna align funny on mobile. So I think centered here is actually a little bit better. And then this thing, hopefully it keeps its positioning when I paste this over here. Nope. But it's not terribly far off. I think I can just do this. Let's see if this is roughly in the same spot. All right. This we are going to export at banner red. Export to, yeah, I guess new, whatever. And I could just start chucking all these in there. What else did I need though? I have the red brain. I think that's fine. I think that's all I really need. I need to upload it. Oh, I was going to put the red brain as the red brain's not cut out though. Fuck. Could it still work with like a frame on it? I don't think that's the right frame. That's too complicated. All right, so the red brain is over here. Let's find it. It's this guy. It's pinker than it should be. Oh, there, that's a little bit. I was trying to make it more red, and doing so, it got kind of like, I don't know, too red or like too bright or something. And I tried a bunch of things and gave up with it. It is kind of a cool mastermind logo, though. The problem is that I don't know if, what is going on with this square here? Is this, these are pixels. This is an image. Is this also an image? I don't know where those actually came from. They must have been one of these that I reverted back. This is a component here? I'm confused what I'm looking at even. Let's duplicate this. There's an image that is the, let's see if we can copy just the image, copy, paste. That's maybe what I was doing over here. Oh, well, so this is the original. And I don't know why. I think I was just trying to get it framed with like the dark background. So to try and attempt a background removal here, or to lighten the background, or even make it redder, Yeah, so that pinkness is glowing, and this kind of vignette kind of tightens it up. I think that's generally a good idea, but can we make this more of a dark gray? I was going to paste that in, but that's not really the color I want, obviously. It's too dark down here. Well, this could just be a lot darker. Yeah. So this could be black, but what I was thinking is if I could get like a circle around it where it's got kind of a dark background, but it's also got a circle frame. That shouldn't be hard, right? I could just do one of these. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Could it go full circle? There we go. And then what color was this? Should this just be black again? Maybe that's the best way to do it. Maybe, no, maybe we frame this, enter, center, center. Shift and Alt to, Shift locks the aspect ratio to keep it a square, Alt makes it centered. Black background. Round it out. I just wanted it to be not so big, but that's too small. How big is this whole thing? Not sure what size the original is. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. This, I think, is going to be next to... Whoa. What size is this? 500. Yeah, we're pretty big here. Why is this so big? This isn't even that big. It's 1,000 by 1,000. That's what 500 font looks like. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Well, let's copy this and make it smaller real quick. Put next to, like, I think maybe it goes after a username. This is like the flare that the mastermind would get. I could try and remove the background, but I just don't feel like it right now. It's gonna look a little bit weird, but it's a mastermind, right? If you want, can we make it redder? Let's see if we can make it redder. And this is really small. I think having a higher resolution one, maybe it's too high resolution. Is the framing good, or should we make this smaller? Well, let's see what, because when it gets small, then you don't want it too small, because then it's hard to see. And we're already kind of fighting. I was thinking at one point, about, I think it'll, if I select the right thing. No, what the fuck? Oh, so it's not cropping clip content. Okay. Select the right thing and make it bigger, it'll kind of disappear on the edges. And then I was thinking about doing something like this where it's just part of the brain. It's like a window into the mastermind. Okay, I like it. Let's go. Oh, we're already, so this is what I was doing up here. I was throwing the colors around, but to do that, you basically need to pull this out. Copy as, what? Is this already, this is already a ping, but why can't, oh, there, copy as ping. That was weird. And then we get the image sliders reset. So now, I don't know, desaturated actually maybe, but the pinks are still so pink. We really just want the temperature to go more yellow maybe. Definitely not more blue. And tint more red. That's definitely what we want, but maybe less exposure. That makes it darker. We definitely want higher contrast, right? Yeah, I think higher contrast. You just don't want it to be so pink and so bright red. Like this one over here seems, it's very similar actually. But, all right, let's put this back in here and just go with it. This is the mastermind. Wasn't it bigger before? No, I think seeing more of the brain is better. But it is kind of like a window into the mastermind. Okay, so From a distance, you can't actually tell what's going on. It's not actually all that clear that it's a brain. I don't know if making it bigger or smaller would help. Or just centering it. Fuck, man. Probably want the background to be more like this. Whoa, that doesn't work. What is this vignette doing here? Oh, we don't have the vignette anymore. Do we need one? Radial, gradient, and can we get it to be this darker color? Why is this not working how I thought it would? I want it to, or maybe it just needs to go to this color if we want it to fade out that way. What is this doing? Oh, I turn it off. What is this doing now? Yeah, but does it need to be 100% to actually fade out to, what the fuck? Wait, what? Shouldn't this be, there we go, 0%. And why is it brown though? I didn't even want it to be brown. That's not it. Fuck, man. What was it before? Let's just back up. You fuck shit up, you just back up until it's not fucked. Well, there is this big red. I don't know. Where was it before? I think the new color of it is. Or I think maybe we just, whoops, make this big enough to fill. Or how do I sort of want to mask so it just fades out. Why is this so hard? I mean, part of it is like it has this glow and I can't really, well, so I do think maybe the thing that I'm looking for is it to just fade to black. Sort of does, but sort of, well, does that have like a black edge to it? Built in? Here, let's put this on white. Frame, add a white background, make it bigger, oops, or smaller really, and it's pretty close. I don't think it's black though. My eyes deceive me sometimes. Yeah, it's not quite black, but it does get dark. Well, obviously you can see it there. I was just wondering if there was actually a black like stroke to it that would disappear on the black. Well, so how do we do an image mask that makes this fade out? Well, I would say we just do a circle and put it right on top and make it about the same size, and then I could do a gradient fill. I think this is actually what we want. Radial. So if we're gonna do, I don't remember, I don't think the color matters. I think let's just go with the green. Green to green. The color really doesn't matter at all. It could be different shades and whatever. It's the opacity that matters, and we want to get this on the right side. Why is this disappearing? Oh, because what? Yeah, all right. So one of them needs to be there, and one of them needs to be there, and one of them is, why is that still moving? Shift down, down, down. Okay, so we want the gradient to go from, where's the edge of this? Edge of the circles should probably be all the way out because we don't have a lot of space to do this transition. So we're trying to transition from fully visible to fully invisible and a very, like right around the edge here. And so I think making this even a little bit bigger. No, it actually should be the right size, right? And then this is how we decide where it should start fading out. So I think that's probably good. All right, and now we use this thing. I'm gonna copy both of these over just because these things can kind of get wonky pretty quick. Uses mask, does not do what we want. we send this to the back and then select them both and then use as mask, and I think it should work. Okay, so now we have a feathered edge, and now when we put this thing back in here, it properly fades out. Now I could also put that up here, duplicate these again, and then edit this to be a little bit more aggressive. Fade out a little sooner. I don't know though, like it's just kind of harsh there. And the starting line is, yeah, kind of what I was thinking is too strong, but I can't think of a way, unless what I'm thinking is that we need another, we can basically take this middle point and kind of push it further this way, and then it makes like a wonky curve and another like visible point there. So I don't actually think that's what we want. If it could curve it better, like ease it through, but for some reason this is just such a hard line. I could try it real quick just to see what it looks like if it's cutting off the brain up there. Oh, I could also just squeeze this. There we go. And move it up a little more so it covers the brain more. And I don't know, let's see how that goes. So we wanted to send this to the back, select both of them, use as mask. Whoops, selected the wrong thing. It's a hard edge on top, but I think it'll work. Will it? Why did it do that? Let me back up and duplicate these. Why is it such a hard edge up there? It like didn't fade out fast enough or something. Where's the gradient? Do I need to move it down or make it transition faster or something? Make it smaller. Yeah, I think it's too high maybe, or too big. Make it transition faster? I don't know, I'm confused. I don't want all this color outside, so I think I kind of do want it to go pretty quick, but not too quick. I think the problem is that there's just too much green touching the top edge there. Let's just try this again. So, and it's off-centered, whatever. Let's delete. Oh, that was the one I was working with. Yeah, definitely green at the top there. Let's just delete this. Put it back up. Send it back. Select both. Right-click. Use mask. I could learn that hotkey, but I don't feel like it. Duplicate. Put it in there. Get rid of this. Is this one any better though? Maybe. Whoa. That's actually not a bad frame. Kind of like that on this side a little bit better. Sort of the same thing. Seeing that circuitry on the bottom is kind of cool. I think having it fill most of this and be kind of bigger where you just see a little bit of that background is kind of a cool effect. Should you see the bottom of it more? Whoa, what is that? I'm confused. Yeah, all right, that's the mastermind flare. Okay, so export, 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 flare. All right, so now we go into Discord. We go to Digital Mastermind, server settings, products. All right, if you want to give me 10 bucks, whatever, server subscriptions, forget leader. Now you're going to be a mastermind. $10 a month, edit image, new, flare. Open. Oh, it's already doing a weird crop. Visual flare? Oh, why? Tier avatar. I think is also going to be the same thing, but I think maybe I wanted it not in a circular crop for the other one, but whatever, let's go with this. And this is also the flare. Let's see how that looks. God damn it, it's too small. Can't even tell what it is. Fuck. Well, it is what it is. I'm not changing it right now. So let's save this It's gonna look like shit on the product page, but whatever. Members, no, server shop, mastermind. All right, that's not terrible. And I wanted to update this, server settings. I think there's a couple places for the banner. This is not the banner. I think it's here in subscriptions and then basic info. Where is it? Let's see, come on. Here? Okay, there it is. Let's do the new banner, banner. Digital mastermind banner, red. There we go. Save changes. All right, and then yeah, now that looks cool. Where is this one coming from? So this is like the same thing, only maybe it should just be, it's gonna be really small if it's completely framed like that, but it's just the way it's cut off here looks bad. Let's redo that. All right. This is bad, I know, but all right, we basically just want this on, maybe we can just go with a black frame selection, and maybe we want it to be mostly, fuck man, didn't I fade that out? That's the whole point of this. Is this the wrong one? Maybe I was using the wrong one. Can I not select that, or I am selecting it? Drag this in here. All right, that looks kind of better, right? It looks a little bit cropped or something, like it's not as glowy. But do I want it glowy? I mean, this one's not bad, it's just pink. Can I just go back to this one and fix it? This is... What does this look like? Yeah, I think this is a good one. So, copy as ping, paste. The problem is that I might need to get that vignette thing back that this one had. What does that do? It goes over the whole image and makes a radial gradient. Is that kind of what I want? Sort of, I think so. Image, temperature, tint, exposure, and high contrast, lower exposure, but yeah, it kind of blasts it out and makes it so like glowy red that it's not cool. Highlights, yeah, highlights can go up. Shadows, yeah, shadows can come down. That definitely helps a little bit. Maybe can I make it just a touch smaller? I think I need to frame this and center it. God damn it, this is really killing my flow here. I think just a little bit bigger, make it black, please. Okay, so I think that's a good, it's a little bit redder than this one. It's not that much redder. Can I really not just like force this to be red? I thought I could, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I could copy and paste it again, but we're just gonna have all the same problems of it getting too kind of glowy and not as well defined. So I think we're going with this one. We're gonna name it Red Brain. Fine, it might be too big. Let's just go with it. Red Brain. All right, we're gonna use this as the flare and the product thing, and we're gonna update the logo. Where was it? Oh, this one, edit, yep. Red Brain, let's go with that one. Yep, that's redder, I like it, save. Then we go to all the other places, server subscriptions I think is what we need next, and I don't even know if people are gonna join this Discord server, this is crazy. I think it should work though. I don't like Discord though, it's kind of fucked. Mastermind, edit image, Red Brain, that's just centered properly. It's arguably not important, but we're going with it. Oh no, file is too big, 256 KB. Well, fuck off, guys. So now we need a small red brain. Oh, no, no, no. Look at all these red brains, right? Like, this is fucking stupid. How much I fucked this up and just... I'm disorganized now. It probably can be, like, pretty small. And then V, red brain. Whoops. Red brain. Small. And then export. And then red brain small. And then Discord. And then browse. Red brain small. Open. Okay. Fuck, that one needs to be circular. Yep, that's a circular one. It's so fucking small though, man. Whatever. I'm not doing it again. I'm not fucking doing it again. We got it here. We got it, I think. Let's see what the product page looks like. The server shop. Yeah, you can go to this product thing. This is old. I'm just going to delete this. Report. No. Server settings. Forget $10 one time. If you don't want to pay the money, don't pay the money. I'm looking for people who do want to pay the money. Well, that could be part of my problem, is like trying to get people to pay me money and error what? No way are they not. What? The expected video is... Yeah, I think my monitor is too wide for this. Do they just not allow that? It says it's streaming, so I think it's saving. I'm gonna not worry about it. This is the first time I've gone wide like that. It doesn't... Yeah, I turned this thing down. I think it's just compressing it a little bit. Or is it chopping it off? Let's go back. Let's see. Flip this back over to the big screen. And then wait for the streaming panel to update. There's the big screen, and it does have like letterbox on it. Now when I go full screen like this, it didn't have the letterbox on it. I don't know what it means, which is not supported for this configuration. I don't know if I can change a setting. Where do I change this? Open widget? Stream health poor. So this is like a log, right? Like we have tabs, we have messages, we have all this stuff going on, but serious. That's kind of cool, but like, am I gonna fix this right now? I don't know. Let me try and get back to work here and finish what I was starting. I think I do want to just get rid of this. It's off brand now. Delete product doesn't help. Don't really want. Unpublish. Delete. Jesus. Okay. Server subscriptions doesn't usually work. There it is. Okay. All right. I mean, maybe the Google form is better than the Discord thing. And well, so I can definitely put the Discord link in the video. Where is... Let's get these over. Well, maybe not. I don't need to clutter it up. Should I put them right here? Fine. Whoops. Yeah, so it's basically $10 a month to join. And I want to create a badass community. I want to meet some billionaires to create dragons, to slay the unicorns. Need some help to get started. Got a lot of people who, you know, I'd love to have join. Well, it's sort of like just, I want to be one of those, like, or I could be one of those YouTubers who interviews rich people. But frankly, I don't need to publish it. I just want to tell you my good ideas so you can give me some money so I can get to work. Running out of coffee here. It's already 1 o'clock. YouTube's telling me my stream is poor. YouTube can suck my dick. All right. Let's see here. Intro. My name is Michael Lewis. I'm trying to create a mastermind community. Somehow transition into this stuff. Looking for the billionaires. I could just export all of these now and start editing in DaVinci. Yeah, so I got to figure out how to get into the teaser video. So this slide is more just, I'm not going to display it, it's just more notes. I don't really need to export images as notes. I should put notes in Notion and well, so I could use some little check boxes for. I don't think I put any check boxes in this one yet. That would be kind of cool. Where are my check boxes? I put them on this form here, but I kind of want to go get the dark themed ones from this Carnegie slide are cool, but where is the Carnegie slide? Jesus. There it is. Yeah, those are cool. The layout was a little wonky though. I think I fixed it in this one. We're just gonna be able to flip this over, I think, by duplicate this and then just switch this to primary. Boom. Nice. And these have to be white check marks. And these probably all have to be white. So let's just flip this to white. I think that's what we want. And then, well, for example, this one. I could just say unlimited free trial. Yeah, fuck it, I don't care. Join up, bitches. All right, so is this fixed width? It might be. So I can kind of control the positioning with the width there, which is a little weird, but that's how auto layout works. Well, it's centered, and so, yeah. I don't know if that's the right spot, if that's the right layout. Maybe a title on that form, or on above those check boxes. Well, so I could talk about teamwork. Like, I have a million ideas that are really good. So once we get started, I promise you, this is no joke. I can't promise that you're not going to regret joining. Some of you might leave. Like, I can try and figure out how many people cancel their memberships. And so trying to like back down people's expectations, it's sort of like I was saying somewhere, expect nothing. It's not amazing yet. It's not worth the $10 when you compare what you get on like Netflix, right? Like if you're looking for $10 worth and you're going to be upset if you don't get it, then don't join, because it's just sort of a struggling, pretty empty Discord server right now. But I have a lot of potential, and if you help me, we can grow together. So the whole idea of helping me grow the channel is not a popular idea, because like, well, then people are like, oh, well, what do you want me to do for you there, buddy? You want me to tell my friends about it? Because I'm not sure I believe in this thing. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll tell my friends about it, and so then like you can decide whether you want to tell your friends, obviously. And at some point, I'd like to make this, instead of a $10 community, like a $1,000,000 a month community for billionaires. That's actually more than worth it. Like it's not about the money. It's about, well, and so once I become a billionaire, I don't need people to pay me money. I'll use my own money to pay for things. So I do want to focus on the WebOS. I do want to tell the story of the WebOS advertisement problem. So the gist is I'm getting fraudulent clicks. And I could use just replace Google Forms with Google Ads, and this is part of the WebOS story. Let's see if we can get Google Ads logo. Images, tools, color, transparent. I think this one is not transparent. It's a ping. Oh, it would have been the right one. There we go. Control copy. I think that was right. There we go. We already have this one, so I can just nuke this one, but let's try and keep it somewhat scaled properly. To scale. Space is different, but whatever. Let's try and line up that gap there. Spent all that time earlier doing. Is this the right one? There we go. Delete. All right, so Google Ads took my $90. Fraudulent clicks. Gave me 1,000. Hasn't. We'll try Facebook ads next. Yeah, I mean, definitely should. So that could be part of this ad too, is like, all right, there's a Facebook ad. If you click the link, I think you will go to a Google form, because I think getting email addresses is probably the best thing to do. The Discord link can be in there too. If you want to join the Discord server, it's ready. Well, it's not ready. It's not ever ready, but it's set up and you can join. And so this is like, well, so I don't know if I should be selling people on the $10 a month thing yet. But it is kind of part of the gist of this whole thing, is like, I need money. I need to get people to start putting money in the pot, or else I have to stop running ads. Like, I can't keep paying $90 for nothing. So we'll see how the Facebook ads go. If you think you can help me, like, you can join for free and see if you want to help me. Meet me, listen to my idea. Like, well, I don't know if I can meet everyone, but like, you can come hang out in my Discord server and we can see what happens. And I mean, honestly, I need my first paying customer. So like, that's crazy. I mean, the first person who joins me will be a major turning point in this whole thing. Like, will this work? Still don't know, but you could be the first. You could be number one. My number one. Well, I don't know. We're not numbering off, but it would be cool if I got my first sale and somebody was like, okay, let's do it. So, I mean, you'd have to be a smart person who's willing to take a little risk, and it would probably be a good idea if you were into like digital production things, like web apps, games, whatever. Should I change my little word cloud over there to like web? Personal branding is not even like cool. I mean, web apps, games, video. Forget graphic design, any kind of design, development. How about branding? Yeah. I dabble in some things. I'm a dabbler. Okay, so maybe I have enough potential to make this a reality, and time will tell. So, like, my name is Michael Lewis, and either I will be like Elon Musk, you know, shaking hands with Elon Musk at some point, and you'll know I made it. And my name will be Michael Lewis because that's my fucking name, and I may or may not have created the WebOS in its entirety yet, but time will tell. And I don't know, this is like the turning point. This may or may not work. I can't believe it. Like, I'm just spinning my wheels and spending hours and hours and hours trying to think about this. I think the Facebook ads could work. All right, so I mean, so the teaser video is a little bit shocking, right? And I said some pretty personal things, and I have a lot of really personal things that, like, I'm warming up to just sharing with people because fuck it, right? I'm having a hard time getting anyone's attention, and I think, you know, saying kind of like crazy things is one way to get attention, and they're not just crazy, but they're kind of like interesting in some ways. And anyway, the mastermind community could very much be about getting to know me and what is my community, and it's my project, and so you got to get to know me. And if you can't deal with me and the truth of where I am in life, like, it's not going to work. So then don't help me. The problem is I actually probably shouldn't tell people that just yet because well, maybe I give $100 to Facebook and still try and give people a warning not to join. Because, like, join at your own risk. But it's pretty low risk. You can cancel anytime, and you don't actually have to pay. Like, it's optional. Well, there's going to be things for people who pay, obviously. I'd be stupid not to try and give back to my mastermind people. So I think the way to phrase that is, like, you get a special little mastermind badge. Now, actually, I think it'd be cool if you were, like, undercover mastermind and nobody knew. Or, so I was writing down in my notes is if only members knew who the other members were, that would be kind of crazy. And we could definitely create a network like that. And I definitely want to create my own social network that's better than Discord. And so this is all in due time, but we got to create the WebOS first, and I got to get some money flowing first, and I got to get some people to trust me. Watch my video and see if you trust me. I'm not lying. That's one. I mean, you might not like me, but I'm not a liar. If you trust me, that's a really good place to start, because once I start saying some crazy shit, once people start trusting me and believing in me like I believe in myself, then this is going to blast off faster than anyone can realize. And all of these hour-long streaming sessions where I'm talking to myself, trying to grow, are going to be actually fucking retarded. So, yeah. So let's start getting these into DaVinci. I know this could be a little bit more centered, right? Oh, I think just wide enough, and then that's kind of automatically centered. I guess so. Okay. There's this funny recurring thought that if I figure everything out, like, so I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going, like the script. I don't really have a script, and there's this recurring thought. Thought. Is that right? Thought? That looks funny. If I try to plan things to 100%, I'm going to fail because it takes too long. I run out of gas, and also it's just one of those things about life. They don't like you trying to mastermind things. Like, to think it all through. Like, if you know, because if you know exactly what to do, then it's not as, like, you know, uncertain. And they want life to be bad or something. I don't know. That's just kind of, it's like, well, I get this fear, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't try and plan it all out or think it all through. Yeah, so this Google Ads slide goes right in here with the WebOS, because I think I have a copy of that. I can delete that one. So the WebOS and the Mastermind are kind of, you know, similar things. The WebOS could create a better Discord and create a better Mastermind platform, and that's all well and good, but maybe a little bit ahead of myself here. If I start trying to, you know, get people who are interested in the WebOS, design and development, actual like Figma, JavaScript people, whatever, I'm gonna miss like the general audience, and so I mean, I could just kind of move fast and improvise a little bit of audio that's like, you know, I'm looking for billionaires to create dragons to slay the unicorns, and I need your help. And if that doesn't make any sense, I want to use the WebOS to build startups that are badass companies that have the best software that can compete with all the existing unicorns and beat them at their own game, and in doing so create a lot of money. And so the $10 a month, in my opinion, is nothing compared with the potential here. And so this all makes a lot of sense to me, but I have no idea if it's going to work. And that's crazy. And if you watch my streams, you'll realize how crazy this is and how I'm actually going crazy. You don't have to watch my streams. You don't have to watch the long, depressing video. Let's actually pull up the Mastermind landing page, which should look different now. Last time I took a screenshot of this, it was the more businessy one. This is a little purpley or pink in here, but I think it's okay. You may not want to watch the video, okay? Like, it's long and depressing. But if you watch it, you'll get to know me a little better. I have some unkind words at the end of it, and it's not to be taken seriously. It's just me being upset at life, and sometimes I get upset and like say some stupid shit. So if you can't deal with that, maybe this isn't the group for you. I want to create a mastermind community of people who are capable of watching something like this and accepting me for who I am, and you know, it will help you get to know me better. So I have hours and hours and hours of stuff streaming, and I can edit this down at some point in the future. If you don't watch it because you don't have time, like, you'd watch a minute or two and realize that it is long and slow and depressing, and it takes me like a half an hour to get into like talk of software and some of the cooler things. But yeah, so my wife is calling. I'm gonna mute this so I can not stream this. My wife calls me to ask me what, or like, if I want some lunch. She's on her way home from work. She works half days on Wednesdays, and the whole food decision process. This is like, I need to create a mastermind community to help my wife figure out what she wants to eat, because it's absolutely ridiculous sometimes. Anyway, so this whole membership thing, I need to maybe fix it, but there's only going to be a temporary server. Like, after, hopefully within a year or so, we're going to get too big for this whole thing, and we're going to move to my website, and we're not going to need to use Discord, because I'd like to build all the Discord features into my website, which means doing like streaming audio and video APIs, and interfaces, and, you know, creating like a little studio application. And there's a lot of those out there, and that's crazy. It's crazy how much high tech there is. It's actually fucking crazy. It's actually fucking crazy how much high tech there is. And this is like so many things, like video apps, website, like video editor apps, websites, whatever. It's like all the most complex shit. Well, I think people get driven to madness trying to succeed, and have to aim high and bite off as much as they can chew to convince themselves it's worth it. That's sort of what I've done. Like, if you don't go, shoot for the moon, it's just all your time is probably going to be for nothing. Not necessarily true. I mean, I don't think it'll be that hard to create the web OS, but okay, so part of the story here is the web OS and the ads that I spent on it, and how nobody wanted to come. Now, it was a bad video. It was not a good video. I can show you which one I used, but I was just kind of like trying to set it up and get it to work. So this one should be way better. It'll be edited, and just the fact that I spent $90 and got 0 signups is kind of crazy. So maybe I should stop, and maybe this is life trying to tell me not to keep going. So, I mean, this whole billionaires thing and creating dragons, that's all about the web OS. Like, and it's really the mastermind. It's all these things are kind of the same idea. Yeah, I mean, so where is this one? This one is kind of this is the web OS, like, so yeah, we definitely want that low risk slide. Let's see. Trying to get these lined up to export. Digital Mastermind. Should I try and... I could do a glitch animation on most of these. It would. I wouldn't want to do it on all of them. It would get too tiring, or like you'd lose its effect. But to do like layer-based transitions, and I might want to crop them better. I don't know if I can center things in DaVinci Resolve. I think we just keep the background so I don't have to fuck with it, because it's way easier. So this would be DMM. It stands for Digital Mastermind, but it could be Dark Mastermind logo, because that's kind of what this one is. Red space. These have to be unique, or I'm going to get file overwrite problems. So we're going to use that one. Maybe I label these like the sentence that I want to use. Like, maybe that's too much. Maybe it should just be, because I might change that later. So the title of the slide, this is like, I have Like I am struggle and potential. I do want to get the mastermind page screenshot. Whoa, okay, but we put this. I need to put it on my other screen and go full screen. It just helps me get a 1920 by 1080 screenshot. Print screen. The clicking and dragging part over here is a little bit buggy. I could try and record that, but well, here, let me paste this in first, so I got it, and then let me see if I can show you what I mean. I can switch over to the HP. This is my second monitor. So the idea here is that, let's see if it'll show. You can see, wait, what? You can see off the screen. So on my second monitor, this little resize cursor is cut off and does not, like, the left half of it doesn't show on my screen. I'd have to use my phone to take a picture of it to prove it to you. But that black line there, the edge of the screen is right here, and that cursor, like, those are extra pixels that I don't get on. I think maybe OBS is re-rendering the cursor into the video. Like, it gets the feed of the desktop image separately from the cursor, because I think that's the way the operating system does it. And so it's kind of rendering the cursor independently, and that's why it's able to do that. Anyway, so print screen here. I click print screen. I go up to the top. Oh, it captured my cursor in place. That's wild. Okay, so my cursor's moving around. It actually changed from that arrow to a crosshair, and so you're not going to be able to see this process, but so I'm just going to cancel because I can't show you what I wanted to show you. Okay, webcam, nope. Big screen. So this is not the best, you know, Mickey Mouse. This is not the best presentation here. I angled my camera down because when I'm slouching, that's better. And, I definitely don't think I should be on camera when I'm, like, it hurts the whole presentation of this mastermind. Like, do I look like a mastermind or do I look like a bum in his basement? And yeah, definitely more the second one. It's a garden level. I have a door. I have a walkout here, folks. I never go out that way. It's just, it's hard to get to, and maybe I should. There's a trampoline right outside that door. Maybe I should put that steam room in the base. Thing with the steam room is, like, you know, you're breathing the air, and the basement's got bad air and cat litter box. Are my lips? I didn't drink red wine yesterday. Why are my lips so dark? I don't have wine lips today. That's crazy. Maybe they weren't? I don't look like it. Alright, so I'm live streaming. Hello, folks. Got big ideas, and let's try and get back into it. So I got this thing, and there's this video here, and this is part of the problem. Like, people watch this video and then don't want to join. And if you're one of those people, then I don't want you to join. Don't let this video stand in your way of joining, okay? Like, I want people to watch it, but it's hard to watch. It's me ranting and being kind of like whiny and depressing for an hour and 22 minutes. And if that's not okay with you, then don't join. So it doesn't change anything. It'll help you get to know me better, and I think that's worth it. I don't know if I have to frame this. If I click export here, can I give it a name? Maybe if I change the layer name here. So let's just say landing page. The newest landing page. There, the export name showed up. Should I create another new folder? Maybe. So, like, I can just import them all at once. Do I have ones in here that I haven't imported yet? Probably. Should I just put them all in here and then, I don't know, it's like throwing them on the timeline. I kind of just want only the ones I need, and I have all these here if I need to go find them. So I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm just going to call it newest because that's like best practice for version control. Newest landing page. Okay. What if we took this and put it here? Whoa. Make this really a lot smaller and this way. And actually, I'm kind of feeling like this. Needs to be darker though, but we can do that. Either make it stronger or just actually darker. And kind of think something like that is okay. Not dragons, potential. And why not make the 3 also? So this was in the same thing as the 3. God damn it. All right. Yeah. So we're just going to duplicate this. Shift A, tighten this up, delete that. I think that's what I need to do here. So +3. Click on this. Centered. I think this was supposed to be filled. Not that it really matters. I could make these red, but maybe that would fit the whole thing better. This could be bigger. I was kind of thinking that earlier. Well, so this is kind of the lead up into the form thing, right? So I do want to get people's email addresses. So where's the Google Forms? We definitely shouldn't forget that slide, and it does go right with this one. So should I make those red real quick? I don't know. Is it harder to read? It's a little bit bigger. This is a little too big though. Maybe this should just go back. Fuck. Can we just Control Alt C, Control Alt V? But then it's so small. It's not like the green on the white is not the best contrast, so it's kind of hard to read, but I think you'll figure it out. And turning these into red ones like that, I don't know if that's worth it. This could just be better without the stroke on it. Let's try that. V minus. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Maybe this is just white. Can this be the primary color? I think this also could be black. I think that's what the other one is. And I think it's Control Shift V maybe, and then no stroke, primary color to match. I kind of like it. And then we're just going to Control copy and select paste to replace. Boom. That's kind of cool as it is. Don't really need it to be so matchy, and this one is kind of like more glowy. Yeah, I mean, so how bad is this video? It's like a -3. It's like, it's pretty cringe. And so, like, sorry, but not sorry. My wife was going to send me a text. Did she send me a text yet? She was going to think about what she wanted to eat. And I'm going to need to make a decision in a minute. Oh, wait, what? Chick-fil-A, she said 10 minutes ago, sorry. My notifications don't work all the time. Sure. Let me just figure out what I want. From Chick-fil-A. I guess we can go here. Chick-fil-A menu. Why Chick-fil-A did you just disappear? I tried to resize this thing and clicked slightly off. This tab, or this window's so big I couldn't see the bottom. Frickin' cookies. God damn it. Yeah, Reject non-essentials, just as good. Smokehouse barbecue bacon sounds good. Not sure about their mac and cheese. Kind of, but I don't know if like one combo is enough. This is the problem. I have a big appetite. I hate being hungry at the end of a meal, like just feeling like you want more. If you don't get enough, then it's unsatisfying. Sides? I don't think they do chicken sides, though. I think you just have to order more chicken. Grilled nuggets, Chick-fil-A nuggets, Chick-fil-A strips. I don't know the prices on these. Like, is this like $8 for 3 strips? Or is this like, I don't know, $1 a strip or something? How many do I want? Alright, Smokehouse barbecue combo. Large fry, I think. Dr. Pepper. Probably not good for me, but it's kind of my go-to. And then extra chicken. Yeah, I could do spicy on that. All right. So, yeah, watching that long video is going to be a little bit of a problem for some people. They're probably not going to join. But again, I think that's, well, maybe you think that that's like going to be a deal breaker for everyone and nobody's going to join me. So that's kind of the reason why I'm leaving it there, is it's like, yeah, I think people are lame as hell sometimes and aren't willing to see the value through the trees, or whatever the expression is. So we're going to leave it there. This whole landing page is going to be buried inside the form. So maybe I don't even talk about this. So like that whole, it's like a swastika. Whenever you have 4 of something and they're all offset a little bit and they make a continuous, like, it's like rotational symmetry almost. It's not a square in the middle, it's rectangular. That's interesting. Anyway, it's like a pinwheel or a swastika. So I don't need to even go there necessarily. It's just, I feel like the disclaimer is important. I mean, but all the things that I would say is you don't have to watch it, which you don't. And if that stops you from joining, then don't join. So it's like, watch at your own risk. But do I even need to say that? Well, it's sort of to, bait people into watching it and then having, hoping that people find, at least some people find it acceptable or whatever. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't think people would join. Well, a lot of people wouldn't join, but a lot of them might fill out the form first before deciding not to join. I don't know. We'll see. Should I put a part 2 video in the form? Well, that would be a good metric to see how many people actually come to the forum, because right now Google doesn't have a way to measure how many people view the forum. Maybe there is somewhere that I haven't found yet, but I don't think there is, and I don't think you can add Google Analytics to it. Although, what if you could add a custom script to a Google form page? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. I could, or load in, well, maybe the Facebook pixel you could put in a form if you can add an image. That's interesting. Like, if you can't put Google Analytics on Google Forms, but you can use Facebook Pixel on Google Forms, that's like kind of crazy, right? Like, whoops, Google just fucked up their own product. I think this should, why is this scaling? Don't lock aspect ratio. I want you to crop. Yeah, there we go. And is this absolutely positioned? Is this not an auto layout? What the hell am I doing? All right, so we're linking this whole thing to the Google form to collect email addresses, get feedback, and then launch the Discord server once I have enough people to sustain a community. Because if everyone if people show up one by one and then leave because nobody's there, like, that's the problem I've had so far, and I don't really need to explain that, but like, this just sounds better. So I can talk about the digital mastermind intro. So I might need to export the background and logo separately to animate that in. I can hopefully use the same animation, maybe even the same keyframe data as the other one, because it kind of worked. And then I could introduce myself. My name is Michael Lewis. I am creating a digital mastermind community. But first, I'm trying to, well, somehow I could try and say I'm trying to kickstart it via Google Forms. I'm just going to collect some email addresses of people who might be interested in helping me. And I want to tell you about my ideas. But first, I want to explain why I need some money. Why I need your help. So I have some good ideas, and I could explain them in more detail if you wanted to listen. But I'm having a hard time getting people to listen to me. Now, if you're willing to pay me $10 a month, you're gonna probably be more inclined to watch the video each month. This whole idea of creating, where is the $10 a month bit? Well, it's sort of on the it's sort of on the page here. So I could explain the Discord thing a bit and talk about the role that you get. I don't know if I need to do that quite yet, though. This could be a pretty quick ad where it's just kind of like like I say, I'm a designer and a developer, and I have a project I've been working on for many years called the Web OS, and I'm looking for people to help me with it. So the money part is like, Yeah, so the WebOS is a little bit different from the mastermind and the money. And which one of these was I going to use? It was this one, right? Yeah, it's this whole bit up here. So we can move these over and well, so I'd like to make the WebOS a reality. I think it could be extremely valuable tool and an extremely valuable startup. I think it's a tool that could be used to make many unicorns, as I said. So, and I could explain that in more detail. And maybe I do. Maybe this is like a 10-minute, WebOS primer. But also, maybe I go into the Google Ads thing first. Is that, I'm trying to get people to buy into this idea via this mastermind community. And even if you're not like a designer or developer, there's going to be a lot of ways to make money on this platform because that's how I'm going to build it. I want to build it as like, an Upwork or whatever. And well, it's just a tool to build websites, and some of that shit is, about design and development and getting stuff done and paying people to help you get it done. So, all right, let's see. How do I make this point that I have to get people to sign up and pay $10 a month in order to sustain the growth. And so I have to kind of present that idea, and I'm looking for my first, really right now I'm looking for my first member or my first mastermind who wants to join me and pay $10 a month. It's not amazing yet, but in time it could be. And we can work on projects and run ads and collect, get feedback. So, I mean, that was an interesting, I was thinking like we could work on projects. Run ads. Get feedback. So if I like recycle these things that they've already seen, then it's sort of like, oh yeah, he's right. Like it's easier to process something you've already seen before. So I mean, that's another strategy I've had is like be kind of like Trump, where you just start repeating yourself a bunch and be like, so if I explain the whole 10 minutes a month thing, is that I want people who are willing to help me. I need people. I need people who are willing to help me a little bit each month for a few months. So this is asking more than the $10 a month, in my opinion. Well, arguably, it's like about 10 minutes. I don't know, if you make $60 an hour, that's about equal to 10 minutes. $10 a month, or $10 for 10 minutes is $60 an hour, right? I think my math is right on that. I think this is too big if it's more of a sentence. And maybe just too big overall. We could decrease the padding to make it stretch, but we could actually, 3 lines is actually pretty nice there. Look at that, isn't that nice? Okay, so yeah, that's what's gonna help make this community grow. And as it grows, it will get better. And as it gets better, it will grow. But I mean, I might not stick with this forever. So like, I'm trying not to make any big promises because, well, it is an investment of both time and money, but like, I can't promise anything right now. Expect nothing. Well, I'm trying to build expectations a little bit here, but I was kind of thinking like, well, didn't I write something down in my notes about expect nothing? It's probably a blank note. Delete. Easy way content. Expect nothing. Boom. Let's do it. I don't know. I was thinking it's probably not. Well, just expect nothing here is. This might not be the right message. This is not the right layout. Fill, maybe it is. This should be fill. I think I broke it. All resizing. I really wanted to resize this, but do I really want to move them all over? It's not terrible. And it's true. If you expect nothing, if you lower your expectations, you won't be disappointed. Right? So I do want to tell people the truth. Like, I have 0 subscribers. Like, it's right there. Getting people to the Discord server is going to be kind of a trick, but I think if I collect email addresses, then I can start conversations via email and get feedback. Now, if I try and email, 1,000 people and have 1,000 email conversations, it's going to take me all day for, a small number of them. Like, that's not manageable. So using Google Forms to manage a lot of people is, I think, a good idea. So like the whole Discord thing and whether, you join and whether this actually works out, is kind of just a optional thing. In fact, this whole thing may or may not work, but giving me your email address is definitely low risk. It's free. And so I already did record a little bit of me filling out the form, and I could adjust those questions if I really wanted to. I don't know if I need to. I could cut from this Google Forms slide here to the actual Google form and explain it a little bit. But so the problem with explaining things, show don't tell. You want to move kind of quick and maybe just leave more. Less is more. You want to leave more to the. You want to just be as self-evident and quick and succinct as possible. And so it's like there's a form with some questions. So these little meters here are actually kind of, they don't illustrate the 3 to 3 very well, which is sort of this whole standard deviation thing. And yeah, I mean the 3 is, so is the 0.1% or 0.2% on either, well, if you add up both sides, but I think, yeah, if you're a +3 or a -3, you're 0.1%. You're 1,000th of the 1 in 1,000. And I think that's probably true for my 3s, my potential and my lack of success and happiness. Well, I mean, my success is like, pretty pessimistic about. Maybe I'm a -2, and maybe I'm not as miserable as I'm making it out to be, but I'd say I complain a lot. And anyway, so I don't know, is it important to show that this 95.4% is Well, it's also, yeah, it's like the extremity of the situation is it 1x, 2x, or 3x? Because these are the same x's. Like, even though the the deviation is designed to represent a chunk that follows this kind of shape, and so it's much bigger in the middle and much smaller at the tails. And but the standard deviation value is an actual value that I haven't defined. So whatever it is, I'm three of them. I'm not really sure how to even explain that so clearly, but yeah, it's like good, better, and best, or bad, worse, and worst. I mean, that's worst, worse, bad, average, good, better, best was sort of the -3 to 3. And it is a statistically, defined thing, so I think that's a little different for each population, but kind of a useful thing to understand. I don't fully, but I try to. I mean, I feel like trying to throw this ball up in the air and be like, I'm looking for people who can give me $10 a month and 10 minutes a month. A little bit of money and a little bit of help to help turn this community into something awesome. It's not amazing yet, but I think in time it could be. And so that's like the positive message on this whole, like, just trust me. And I could say, I'll tell you at the end of this video why I really think you should join. So, and then I could come back to it and be like, I really am looking for people to give me money. And this has been a very long fought battle to even convince myself that it's possible, because you can watch my streams, and for the last like many weeks I've been going around in circles on this, and look at this madness that's in front of me. Am I trying to trick people into giving me money? It's like, sort of, and I don't really want to go down that line of thinking, because it's just well, so the point here is that it's low risk, cancel anytime. I could put like a $10 a month thing. Yeah, it's sort of like this one, right? Maybe this goes side by side, but I think underneath is kind of not bad. It does, it's a little jarring. It's not the same. Well, it could be jarring if I transition from this one to that one. I don't know how that would go. These could tighten up if there's like that extra one, because it's kind of crammed in there almost. I think saying something like, if you don't want to spend $10 a month, you can still join for free, but I am looking for some rich people who can afford to, help me grow faster. I mean, it's kind of a joke, right? Like $10. Well, $10 is $10. I'm not trying to like diminish the idea there, but I mean, seriously, like the idea is worth it. I mean, that's really what the viewer has to figure out for themselves. That is this worth it? And I think all this stuff is like desperation mode. If I just say, if I just cut straight to the point of like trying to create a mastermind community to build, help me build a project of mine, and I'm looking to collect email addresses to kind of help kickstart or create a focus group or something. I think jumping from, so if I'm going to start with this logo and then I jump over to the $10 a month thing, it's like maybe I just jump right into it, and instead of beating around the bush, is it's like, and then quickly move off of it. So the idea's there, and before people really know what's going on, that little hole in the middle there is really distracting. Maybe for this one we just jack up this stroke by a couple, or down. I guess we go down with it. Okay, whatever. I think that looks better. So I talk about the $10 a month, and I mean, the whole thing about the 10 minutes is about setting the expectation straight that, like, if I'm going to take your money, this is what you're getting. You're getting something, and here's an example of what it was. That was kind of what I was going with earlier. So the monthly update. It's like one video per month for $10. Like, it's not going to be worth it. Obviously, people will think about that and be like, doesn't seem like it's worth it. I can watch unlimited videos on YouTube. And so I need to convince people to join. This is the fucking monkey brain. Like, I don't know, is anyone actually going to be interested in this? It's $1 billion idea. The $10 a month shouldn't be the thing holding this all back. But I just wasted $90 on Google Ads, and let's see if Facebook's any better. But I need to get some money flowing in instead of just money flowing out, if that makes any sense. So, all right, going crazy here. If anyone happens to ever be watching these, just send me an email, because, like, I'm not watching the comments or anything. Okay, so I think I need people who are willing to stick with this, and, like, so I think part of my problem here is that I'm making it try and seem like it's worth it, and then people are going to kind of talk themselves out of it. And that's where I just need to, like, well, you either need to hit the ball out of the park, or you need to just kind of, like, let it slide, let it float, or whatever. Like, I think talking about how hard it is to get started is probably a decent thing to do, because it's not really what I want to talk about, because then it gives people a reason not to join. But it's also maybe necessary for now in the short term to just kind of get through all this bullshit, is like, just be honest about where it's at instead of trying to pretend like it's awesome. I do just want to create or collect email addresses. So I don't know how Facebook ads work so well. I've done it like once before with moderate results. I think the $100 is probably worth spending on Facebook ads. I mean, I don't think this should be that hard, right? Like, if explaining the whole 3 to 3 thing and trying to get people to answer the question about how successful and happy they are, that might be too much for some people. So maybe those aren't the people that I'm looking for. I mean, I could quickly get into just, I'm looking to create I'm looking to grow a mastermind community, and I do have a Discord server set up, and I can show that page. And you can join my Discord server if you fill out this form, but right now I'm just, I'm going to focus on collecting email addresses. so that when I officially launch the Discord server, I can send an email to, I don't know, 1,000 or 10,000 people or whatever. And I can explain in more detail what I'm trying to do. Well, so am I not going to tell them anything and expect they're just going to fill out a form? Okay, so now why might you be interested? Well, my name is Michael Lewis. I have a lot of big ideas, just show the WebOS. And I've been running ads and finding it really hard to grow. And so, well, nobody joined my Discord server. Maybe that's the thing to say is like, well, maybe that's where I throw in the whole story about the bad video. All right, maybe I just need to get all these out of here. Work on projects. So I shouldn't have all these duplicated. What is this called? This is web. Well, I can leave these things on here, I guess. But this should be the web OS. I guess just naming it this is fine, as long as there's not conflicting names in this batch, right? That's what a new folder allows you to do. Google Ads, Google Forms, me. I mean, I think throwing this out here at the beginning just to then go through everything else, I don't know, does that make people like less interested? It's like, I don't know. So stats, struggle. I don't think I need this anymore. Should I get the whole thing about, this is a little confusing maybe. Details. I think this can go, so this could go here, and this could go through all these. And what will help? Yeah, I mean, that's really what it's about. I'm looking for people who are willing to help, like not just with $10 a month, but with maybe $10 a month and 10 minutes a month. And so the way I'm thinking to set this up is to just create a 10-minute video each month with maybe some questions afterwards to get feedback about, you know, what you thought. So maybe I give people an option about what I should create the video about. That gives like a little bit of so maybe it's like either me or my mastermind idea or my WebOS, and you pick. Like on the form I could have a question, I could introduce more of myself, I could talk more about the mastermind community and why I think it's such a good idea, or I could talk about the WebOS and why I think it's such a good idea, and you can choose which one you think I should create a video about. And then at the very least, like I'll make them all, like do a little bit about each one of them. I mean, I can summarize the gist of it in 2 seconds. It's like mastermind community is going to help me build my WebOS and make a lot of money. So like, anyway, so yeah, I think that'll work. So I don't think we need to export these. This was just kind of like a little bit here. I do kind of like the spacey one better. It's a little bit, it's pretty red and bloody, but I think we're gonna go with it. JavaScript developers and Figma designers, that could go in the red space, but I'm not sure if the yellow and all those colors would work so well. Yeah, so I think I need to get it in there and then just practice recording some voiceovers so that I can start piecing together like the timing and maybe even the music. And yeah, so let's see here. We want, I think I got this one. I think we're gonna go with this one. We can try and put these words on there because that's kind of what it means. But because these are the way it's structured, this isn't entirely obvious, but it's sort of linear. It's a consistent stepping from value to value. So if the deviation was a measure of inches in height, then a standard deviation might be like 6 inches, and so 2 would be 12 inches, and 3 would be 18 inches. And so, like, there's a real value there that's actually kind of a linear or consistent increment. But the fact that it's 0.1% of the population means that, like, even though it's just 2x and 3x, it's sort of way more than 3x. It's sort of like the 99th percentile, right? So it's like, how would you, well, so if you were to try and put this on a linear scale, then can we do like one of these and one of these and then Shift A, and can we make these darker and put some space in between them, but just a little bit so we can see. We want, I guess the -3 is like after this, I think. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And this is this area and this is this area. So we need 1, 2, 3. We need 4 on each side, so we need 8 of these things. Yeah, -3 to 0. Wait, what? The 0 is not a block. The -1 is 0 to -1. I think the -1 is more just this point. So it's 0 to -1, which is this range. This is where it gets a little iffy about, like, does -1 mean more like 0 to -1 or like centered at -1? Hard to say. But I guess part of my point was if we were to draw this as a 0 to 100%, then it might look, so these are roughly 3 times this one, which is sort of about what I did, and then these are, we're making the width of these kind of equal to the, whoa, that's weird. It's kind of a weird feedback loop. This is like that 2.1%. And then these are like invisible. So you kind of just, the 3s are invisible. It's like the number of people in that extreme because of the way it's set up, I think is the right way to think about it, but I'm confused about it myself. I generally, like, the -3 to 3 thing is just about, like, how extreme. If it's like, well, which direction and how far in that direction. And then also, like, the 2 is already pretty extreme. So don't use a 3 if a 2 would suffice. And so maybe I should change these to -2s and +2, but we're going with the extreme one because we're in space here. So, all right. Did I export any of these yet? Let me see what I got in the file system. Bring this over here. Documents, Figma export, mastermind, newest. We have the one landing page. So, this is going to get messy, but maybe I just run with it. Well, I think this one needs to be fixed. So the severity of these words might not properly line up with the distribution. This is generally like the kind of slider here. Oh, Sabrina's home. I mean, his food's here. Okay.